Oh, hello. Welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations and Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and today I'd like to paint a sculpture I did several weeks ago. It is of a Tyrannosaurus Rex head. For short, we'll call him T-Rex. And I want to show you how to paint that from start to finish. And I'll just kind of rotate that a little bit so you can see what he looks like. And we're going to do a paint job on him today. I'll show you the types of paints that we'll use. We're using Liquitex acrylic paints. I'm going to start off with a very light brown color, and then we're going to go to some reds, and then we're going to go to a white, a black, and a yellow, and a deeper brown for it. So the first thing that we want to paint is, like I just explained, the brushes. Well, I have wide brushes and then some that are smaller brushes for the detail work. We're going to start with a wide brush. So what I'm going to do, I'll push these aside right now so they aren't in our way. And we're going to start off with this light brown. Put that right there. And now what we want to do is I want to paint the entire head with this light brown color. So we're going to dab like that. That way we want to get into all the crevices to get all the detail. See that, how we're doing that? I'm not going to paint the eyes or inside of the mouth, but we're just going to paint all around. We're going to take the hairdryer. Let's blow dry this a little bit. The next color that we're going to do is we're going to use red oxide. I'll just put those aside. Be easy enough to fix later. Yeah, it's a nice color red. So what we're going to do is I'm going to paint the inside of the mouth here. See that? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to flip it over. And we also want to get, there's some areas around the tongue here. I want to get in those areas too. I'll dab it. See how I'm dabbing in there? Dab those areas really nicely. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing any areas. See how I did that? The next thing that we want to do is we want to use another red color. We're going to take this red color now. We're going to use that for the tongue. So we're going to take this. I'm just going to dab that on there. See that? See how nice that looks? Try to give you a second. See that? Gives it it's nice contrast to the other red. Just going to paint over that. Trying to make sure I cover all the different areas and I miss any spots. But see how nice that looks? It's really starting to come along nicely. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to do the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a smaller brush for that. I'm going to use black. Put a little black right there. And I'm also going to use the black for an area inside the nostrils too, to give it some depth. So we're going to see these nostrils right here. I'm going to put the black in there. It gives it some depth when you do that. See that? Just dab it ever so lightly. See that? Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the actual eye. See, I'm going to dab inside that pupil that we made. I'll rotate it around a little bit. See how nice that looks? And then we're going to proceed to the other side. We'll do the same thing. Dab at the pupil there. Right there. See how nice that looks? The next thing that we want to do is I'm going to take the yellow color. We'll paint that right, put that right there. And now we'll paint around there. See that? Not bad. So now we're going to switch to the other side. We'll do the exact same thing. See how we did that? Gives a really nice effect. The next thing that we want to do, now that we've done the eyes, is we want to do the teeth. So now I have a white-like color for that. I'm going to put that right here. Put that there. So we've almost used all of our colors. I'm just going to move those over. Keep things simple. And now we can paint the teeth here. See that? I'm doing that. See that? Gives a really nice effect when you... So we've got a nice paint job on those teeth. It's a really nice contrast there. See that? The next thing that we want to do is I want to use a darker brown color. We'll put that right here. And what I'm going to do, just going to dab that on a little bit. Like up here at the top. I want to darken these areas up a little bit here. Top of the eye here. See that? I'm going to darken it up a little bit. Do the same to the other side. We can do that. And then we'll do this side of the eye too. See how that gives a nice contrast when you want to put that around, dab that around the eye. And then we're going to go do the other side. See that? I'm going to dab that. Just ever dab it so lightly. See how that makes it look nice? Darken it up a little bit. I just want to double check the other eye, make sure I didn't miss anything. Go back and then this area up here, I want to darken this up. The top of the head. See that right there? And we'll darken that up there. We'll kind of get that, darken that up a little bit. Now, then I also want to kind of darken up around the jaw area. See this? We'll just dab this ever so slowly. I'm going to darken that up a little bit. And we'll darken up around here. See how nice that's beginning to look? We'll darken up around the nose. See how we're doing that? So we'll darken this up a little here. See how we're doing that? It gives a really nice effect when you're darkening it up a little bit. Darken up a little around the jaw here. See how we're doing that? Makes it look nice. And then in the back here, I want to darken these up a little bit. These areas here. See that, how we're doing that? There. Now, I'm just going to dab a little paint here and there to ever so slightly, just kind of darken this up a little bit. And then we'll do a little more darkening around here. See that? We'll just dab a little bit here and there. And then I want to dab a little more here. Just dab it ever so slightly. And then I want to do a little more around the nose here. See how that looks? Really started to come along nicely. It's really, I like what we did on this. So, the next step in the process would be, now that we painted the entire thing, we have a high acrylic ultra clear gloss. You can shake it up, you can hear the ball in there. And I'd take this off, and after this dries the paint, I would just spray this down. And it gives it a nice gloss, a nice glossy coat. I'll show you what the final version will look like. This is what the final version of the T-Rex head will look like with that gloss on it. So you see like the top of the head. See how I darkened everything up? See how when I darkened up around the eyes? Made it look real nice. Darken up this area back here. So it came out really nice. And then the teeth, see that? How we painted inside there, as well as the tongue. And that's what the final version of the T-Rex head will look like. And I do want to thank you for coming to the show Creations in Clay. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.